So in MLB The Show 24 Diamond Dynasty, the currency in the game is called Stubs. And Stubs are honestly not too difficult to get, but when you're new to the game, there are some things that you can do that can really harm your stub count and prevent you from making stubs. So today, I'm going to be giving you guys my best advice and tips regarding making stubs in MLB The Show 24. So the first thing I want to mention are roster updates. So if we go to player updates and roster update, obviously there aren't going to be any roster updates for a while. What roster updates are for the new players is during the season, MLB The Show will go into the rosters and change the attributes based on how people are playing in real life. So for example, if we look at like Gleyber Torres here, let's say he is in the month of April, he has an OPS of like 1,000 and he's just killing it. They're going to upgrade his stats in the game, meaning his overall is going to go up, meaning his value is going to go up. So basically with roster updates, how it works with investing is you buy a lot of quantity in a player before they go up, and then they go up. And that's the strategy of it, is you have to pick the right players based on certain metrics, which I go into very deep detail in specific videos that will be coming out in the future. It's some of my best videos are my roster update predictions. I give valuable intel. I've made millions, literally millions. Like there was one roster update in MLB The Show 21 where I made 3.1 million stubs. Roster updates are the best way to make stubs. It's unfortunate that we're not going to get the first roster update until like the beginning of April, just because the MLB season doesn't start probably not even until like the second week of April, because the first roster update always takes a while, and then the season doesn't even start till like the 26th or something. So it's going to be a little while before we can start investing into the roster updates. But keep this in the back of your mind. Be on the lookout for my future videos on this, because this is by far the easiest and like most rewarding way to make stubs in MLB The Show. Now another way to make stubs is I just say you have to make smart investments based on trends related to content. So for example, in MLB The Show 23 or 22, there were these programs where you would have to get parallel XP with like a certain team's players, and it was a uniform program. So like the City Connect programs, when a new City Connect uniform would come out in real life in the MLB, they would make a program like 2 weeks later to get that new City Connect jersey, and you would have to play with that team's players. So for example, like there was a Washington Nationals City Connect jersey that came out. And so what I did was I stocked up on Nationals Live Series cards, and then a week later, when you had to get stats done with them, and I bought them at quick sell value, and then they skyrocketed because you needed them to complete the program, I made a ton of free stubs just by doing that. So that's just an example of a smart investment. Outside of roster updates, you can look at trends, you can look at how the way the game works. Another example of a smart roster update is if we go to ranked seasons, which I haven't even touched yet. If we go to the ranked seasons program and we go to like this pennant race pack, these henchmen that are gonna get removed, like they're going to skyrocket in price when they leave the program. This happens every year. This is a trend and a smart investment, where if you buy a ton of Andres Munoz because he's going to be a quick sell value because everyone's going to have him, and then at the end of the ranked season, if you buy a bunch of him, and then after, when he disappears and is only on the market, his price is going to skyrocket. That's another example of just making a smart investment based on trends. So I will again go over these in more into depth in future videos, but I just wanted to explain the general concept behind that. Another example of a future investment that could happen, it's not a guarantee obviously, there's the Seoul series in South Korea that is happening very soon, and if we look at the calendar, and the last time I did this, the servers crashed when I was making this video, so I had to redo it. We were having Seoul series content. We might have like a program. I don't now I don't actually think there's gonna be a program, but like for example, if there were to be a program, it just says it's a free pack. If there were to be a program, you would invest in Dodgers and Padres Live Series cards because you would need stats with Dodgers and Padres. And then when the program comes out, all the Dodgers and Padres, their price skyrockets, similar to the City Connect example I said before. It's just really think and try to predict the market, because the market moves really fast and it's really easy to make stubs if you make the right decisions. So some people argue that this method is the best way to make stubs, and it is 100% the most tedious, and I have never really gotten into this method at all. I totally support people who do it because it's a straight up grind, but it's very efficient. I'm going to introduce the term flipping, those of you who are new to MLB The Show. If we go to the marketplace, let's use a good example. Let's go to live series, and let's go to like some silvers. So 79 overall live series. So with every card on the market, you have the buy now and the sell now. The buy now, $4.15 for Justin Steele. If you want, you can buy him and you'll get the card immediately for $4.15. What you can do instead is you can put a buy order in. So you come to buy, you click create buy order, 327, and I'm not actually going to do it. But then above the 326, it would be a 327. So you lose your stubs, and you don't get the card until the order is completed. Obviously, you can cancel it at any time before it's completed, and you'll get all your stubs back. But first of all, do not ever buy now or sell now cards. And you can also, if you want to sell it, you can instantly sell it like that. Don't ever buy now or sell now cards. Waste so many stubs. But anyway, what flipping is, for example, you see this Justin Steele here. You could buy it for 327. So you buy it for 327, you put an order in, and then the order is completed. Let's just pretend in this example. The order is completed, so you spent 327 stubs on a Justin Steele. After that, you immediately flip him and sell him, and you would put him up for 414. So with tax, so seller will receive 373 stubs. So you buy a card, you put in a buy order, you get the card, and then you immediately put a sell order in, and then you sell the card. So you don't do anything with the card, you just buy it and then immediately sell it. That is called flipping, and the stubs that you make is the difference between the amount of stubs that you get from selling it and from buying it. So if I were to buy this, it would be 327, and if I were to sell it because of the tax, it would be 373. Now these margins are very small for this example. You're only going to be making around 46 stubs. Don't quote me on those quick maths. But you know, you can find really high margins in certain players. Let me try to find one. For example, this Matt Strom. This is a really good margin. You could buy it for 386, and then you could sell it for 689. So 689 gets taxed to 620, but then minus 386. That's 234 stubs for one flip. And so what people do is they just flip for hours. They buy so many cards and they just flip them. They don't even keep them. They just buy them and then sell them and just make free subs, which it works and it's very good, but it's super tedious and you're not really accomplishing anything else in the game. That's why I don't really do flipping, but if it's for you, then 100% go for it. Now, another way to make stubs in MLB The Show is through the online modes. Now, this is really for at least ranked and BR if you're good at the game. If you're not, you can only really do the program and make stubs. But if you're good at the game, just play online. Just play online and sell these cards if you don't want them. Like these Ernie Banks, Randy Johnson, all these guys, all the rewards in the program when you complete the program, this Kutch. These guys are going to be expensive. So that's another good way to make stubs. BR is an insanely good way to make stubs, especially if you're really good at the game. Okay, I'm not doing a draft right now. Okay, I exited. Okay, there we go. I got out of the tutorial. If you go 10-0 flawless, which is crazy to even say that it's not 12-0 anymore. But if you go flawless at 10-0, you're going to be getting 3 diamond cards who are the 8 win is going to be cheap. The 87 is going to be somewhat expensive, and then the flawless is going to be pretty expensive. So if you can go flawless, you can make a lot of stubs. And if you're not going flawless and you're having bad BR runs, you're still making progress towards this program where these guys are going to be expensive and you can sell them. BR is a very good way to make stubs, especially in the BR program. Unfortunately, the flawless reward is not sellable again this year, which I hate. But anyway, ranked BR, great way to make stubs. Now events you can do without being good at the game, really. God, I hate this tutorial. In events, you can get these rewards without being that good at the game because you just have to grind. You just have to grind wins. Like, you have exclusive rewards, you have packs which you can get stubs throughout. You have this like Grayson Rodriguez that's you can sell, this Anthony Rendon you can also sell. Events is also a great way to make stubs, and these cards are a lot more expensive than you think because they're so exclusive, and after they get removed their prices go up too, so hold on to those cards. Now the next method is the method that it's one of the key methods I've used in every MLB The Show, and it kind of got nerfed this year. Strictly because all the XP reward path cards are non-sellable this year. We typically could sell all these cards, and the bosses, like these bosses are, first of all, they're juiced, but we used to be able to sell these bosses and we can't anymore. Like, they're non-sellable, so like they're not on the market. So it's unfortunate that it's not as efficient because the XP reward path was like the main point of this method. But this is the method that I call the speed method. And what the speed method is you can take this in any mode where basically you speed through new content, you get the card as fast as you can, and then you sell it instantly. So for example, let's use events for an example. With the speed method, what you would do is you would go into events, you would just absolutely grind the game, get to Anthony Rendon as quickly as possible, and then sell him immediately while his price is high. Nobody has him yet. You sell him immediately while his price is still high, and then you wait like a week and a half for his price to crash down as more people get the card, and then you buy it back if you want it, only if you want the card back. I don't know how many opportunities we're going to get to use the speed method this year because the XP reward path cards are not sellable. In previous years, that's literally what I've done is I've grinded XP and I've sold all the cards, and then like 2 weeks before the season ends, I just buy them all back, and I've made like a free like 300-400k from it. I hope that these become sellable in the future, but yeah, I just wanted to throw the speed method out there just so you guys know. So in conclusion, a few things I want to say, especially for new people and especially for no money spent players. You will earn stubs very fast, very naturally in this game. MLB The Show is the best sports video game, without a doubt. It's very simple to build a good team without spending money. You just have to trust me there. Everyone in the community will say that too. You will naturally get stubs. It takes time, but you will naturally get stubs, and it'll be a lot quicker than you think. And then also, stay away from this screen. Do not buy packs. They're so not worth it. It's just so not worth it. I mean, I don't even really need to explain. It's basically just like gambling. I know all the memes about gambling are really funny. I laugh at them too, but it's honestly really bad. Like, do not buy packs, please. Only people that should be buying packs are content creators for videos, and I don't even do that anymore. So yeah, do not buy packs. It's probably the worst thing you can do with your stubs. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and most importantly, make sure you subscribe right here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.